What's up, everybody? This is Polio Jr. And today I really just more wanted to gloat than anything because this is actually my first 64-bit processor machine that I've ever had, and it's a Dell. And luckily, to a lovely friend of mine, I was actually able to set this up and keep everything I had on my previous computer. And as you can see, I'm in the workshop. So this was the old guy, if you can see, and it actually ran really well, especially for its time. I was able to have 4 hard drives in there rated together. It had a mixture of IDE and SATA combined with it. It was definitely way ahead of its time. It was a old Power Spec, and but I knew I needed something. I needed something new, and I needed something better. So what I eventually turned to here was what I got was the Dell Optiplex 780, and this thing is, like I said, we're in the workshop right now. But what I was able to do, what this thing's capable of, is, so it is a 64-bit processor. It's a Pentium dual core, running at 3 gigahertz, and then I have, at the moment, I have 4 gigs of RAM in there. So I have 12 gigs of RAM in there, which I have never had in my life, which is really awesome. And then this is obviously the slot that came with it. And then this is actually what I just kind of temporarily have my old hard drive. So I have 1 terabyte, and then I have another terabyte. And these are actually both SATA 3 hard drives. So I have 2 SATA 3 terabyte hard drives, and then just the extra components. And all these guys in here, the RAM, all the memory slots are all 4 gig DDR chips. And what was interesting is I even tried to pull this guy out, and if you can see on here, when putting in memory, you have to make sure that all the memory is compatible, regardless if it is DDR3 and the slot fits. This guy, and the one thing that I noticed was one simple number, and it was after the 4 gigabyte. It said 4 gigabyte, and then this one said 1R X8, while the other one said 2R X8. So that would be what I would need and able to get 16 gigs of RAM. But the Dells in general, they're like I said, this is the Optiplex 780. But the Dells in general last a freaking lifetime. Even their laptops, even their older desktop computers always last a while. And I always like the larger towers because they're always easier to work on and get to everything a lot easier than like the small form factor. So only two downsides to this, and it's not even really downsides, but so it does come with 1, 6, 7, 8. It comes with 10 USB ports, and I really like that it does come with the eSATA port, and then there's a display connector port as well, and they also have the old school serial and parallel port on here too. And I just added USB 3.0 buttons down here. I have an external SATA that I put in here, and I actually added 4 extra USBs in here on one of the PCI cards. So I have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and there's actually an extra one inside. So I have 13 USB ports, an eSATA port, and then I have another SATA port down here that I can just plug anything in the back without opening it. So I mean, that was actually more for eSATA. I'm sorry, this is actually an eSATA port as well. But then we have the 2 USB 3.0s that I just manually put in there. So other than it not having built-in HDMI in it, or built-in USB 3.0, This machine runs freaking fantastic, and really love the open space. I love how they set everything up. Everything was really easy. Like the only thing I had to replace was the um, the CD-ROM drive, so that it was a DVD-RW, and then like I said, the only thing I need really is a case to hold this guy in. I mean, even sitting here, it's totally fine, but this is the guy that it comes with. So you can just pull it in, pull it out, and this isn't even screwed in. It just kind of sits in there, flushed, which is really nice. And then I actually have another open slot if I wanted to throw in another, SATA drive up there. So, but yeah, this is the Dell Optiplex. And what was funny was in the PDF that they have for the Optiplex 780, they didn't show it what it would max out as, or whatever it maxed out as. It said it couldn't do, and I know that this thing can max out at 16 gigabytes of RAM, from what I was reading from other people. So I currently have 12 on here, so 12 gigs and 64-bit, whatchamacallit, a 64-bit operating system. So, and oh my god, it runs so smooth. So, and then the last thing is going to be putting in a video card in here. It's just going to be one from the old computer. That's a 2 gig, whatever it is, 2 gig DDR something, DDR2 or 3 video card that has the HDMI, and then that'll be it. So that's just a really quick review of the Optiplex 780. I think it's fantastic. Everything is self-explanatory as far as opening it and taking everything out and how everything is set up. Even the BIOS is really, really nice and simple and easy to use. And as soon as I get my new video card in here, I'm gonna be good to go. So how they wired it, how they set it up, was just really simple and just really, really, just everything is so easily accessible, and that's what I love about towers, and instead of like laptops or small form factors. So this is obviously not made in 2015, but it is still relatively new. Came with Windows 7 Pro, 64-bit, and I just reformatted the hard drive on here, and then just gonna use the serial number that came with it. But yeah, but that's really it. It's really just a nice machine to have, and but not gonna hate on the old Power Spec over there, who gave me a lot of time. 2000. I've had that guy since 2007. So, and it's 2015. So I've had that Power Spec for 8 years, and it ran great. But I know from doing computer repair that Dells, just in general, are really good machines, and really easy to work on and upgrade and so forth. So, but yeah, just really excited here to check out, to have three times as much memory of what I had before, and eventually 4 times as much memory, and now having inside 2 3.0 SATA hard drives that are a terabyte each, and they do give you the RAID capability. I just have it on legacy mode right now, so they're just running it independently, and so I just want to have one as the operating system, and then just one as storage, and then I have my external hard drive, so I'll have 3 terabytes worth of space for me. So, and yeah, I mean everything just runs so smoothly, and it's just such an efficient machine and such an efficient processor, and I really couldn't ask for anything else. The one funny thing was that I have the video card that I have it's a 2 gig, and so it has the DVI and the HDMI, but as you can see, it was for the express slot. So when I go to put this guy in there, I'm going to have a little bit of room down there, which is fine. It'll still plug in into that AGP slot, but it's just funny that I actually had to cut this guy down a little bit, or bend it up so it would slide in there, but it does slide in there, and it will work. It just won't work on that monitor because that monitor is just a VGA, just my little test dummy. So, but yeah, pretty cool shit right here. Pretty pumped about this. So, make doing videos a lot easier, and converting them and saving them and editing them a lot more efficient and a lot quicker for myself, and then I don't have to sit around and wait as long. But that's really it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. It really wasn't much, but just any Dell products in general, you really can't go wrong. Really solid company. And that is all. Thanks for watching. See ya.